Welcome back to a time of rats. In today's episode of Rat Quest, we are jamming out this awesome remix. Alright, here's our rat. We got the teeth fixed. Ignore these visual artifacts, that's just substance painter. Alright, so second rat stream of the night. We're doing two of these things. Apparently. I was gonna work on it, so I might as well stream. Okay. Let's get this teeth situation settled. I think the music might be a little loud. It's like such an awesome song, though. Okay, there we go. I think that better. Let's put it like -8. Okay, that should be better. Alright, the teeth. Very important that rats have teeth so they can bite you quickly. Current stream rate is higher. Oh dang, I'm streaming at an insane bitrate, what the hell? I'm streaming at like 20k, or 20 MB, which is way higher than usual. So that's kind of overkill. Alright, let's get this fill rate. The song is so hyped, dude. What the hell? It's like the best song ever. Jesus Christ. Let me turn this down a little bit. For loud. It was cool as hell, but it's like way too loud. Alright, there we go. I said discolored there. Got a rat teeth for you. This is the song. It's so loud. For no reason. Okay, this is teeth fill. Teeth fill. There's teeth fill. There you go. We need to paint these teeth a little bit. Make this, you know, let's duplicate it. Make it a little bit, let's discolor it a little bit darker. Turn the roughness. Should his teeth be shiny? Yeah, probably. Teeth would be shiny. Yeah, it's me. Well, no, that's fine. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I think that's fine for the teeth shininess. I think that's really what we're after. Okay. We do in fact have the... Okay, we have to paint these. Let's do mask, black mask. Oh, I could post this to Discord too. Let's see how it does without me posting. Alright, we gotta get a brush. Let's paint these teeth. This wash brush was really... It's pretty solid. You can turn everything off, but... Oh, that's weird. There's like a... Oh, is that... Hold on, is that the big... I bet I know what that is. There's like an issue with this theme here. Definitely see that. Top is fine. Bottom right. You see like a little seam for some reason. Alright, let's just continue. Toggle that. Right, look, look at those teeth, dude. There's your teeth. Nice rat teeth for you. Okay, so this and his teeth. Do you like do you like how horrifying this looks? So, just eyeballs and teeth. As you would expect. See, when dealing with rats, they're known for their eyeballs. So, we don't hold it against them. Okay, Okay, at least his teeth aren't solid white anymore. The key. I can turn on live. For some reason, top chat's default. I am to be doing a new Engage build series, but I'm not going to say what it is yet. So you can watch out for that. It'll be starting during the members only stream. I'm almost done with the one new run, so I'll be able to do another run. Like start testing some things. Yellow. Nice old rat teeth. Rats do not have dented. Alright. Does not have an orthodontist. That is not a thing. There's definitely more people want to join. Teeth out. Its eyeball just kind of sitting there. That's totally cool. Alright, let's see how this looks. Toggle the rat back. Alright, and then what we want to do is this. Give it some height. That'll give the teeth a little bit of some texture there. Again. Yeah, look at that, now it breaks apart. Surface. Does height. We'll even do behind. Nice little happy teeth. The eyes look so horrible. Okay, he has basic painted teeth now. So what else do we have to do? We still have a lot to do, actually. We have so much to do, it's gonna blow your mind. So the first thing we have to do is blend these things back like together. There's also some fur work we need to do. So let me toggle this. Let's open a new layer, create a new layer, and let's get some kind of fur highlight color, we'll say. Kind of like bluish. And we toggle normal, rough, metal. The fur strands. Add a black mask. This is gonna get really... It's gonna get really slick. Alright, point 2. Height. I know what you're thinking. I've seen rats before. And I already know what you're gonna do. You know what? That's good. It's good that you know. But you really don't. Alright, let's get a felt tip. Good one for this. Alright, so here... Adding some... I'm gonna... Take this... More bluish. 0.1 height. Alright, it's saving. Here's where things get real hairy. That is one detail. Prepare yourself for the excitement of a lifetime. The rat. At the rat hair. I have to detail this back. Get a feel for how that looks. Reduce the color a bit. It's really too... Maybe something like that is better. Where are we getting this fur on here? We are the rats. We are the rats today. Now, this is going to be a several part process where... Let me turn off all these like hats and stuff. Okay. Okay, so we want to get some like fur details, because when you look at him from far away, this is really going to be how you're seeing it. I want there to be like the illusion of fur details because it's a rat, you know. Rats are not bald. Rats are cool little dudes that have a lot of fuzz and a lot of buzz. All right, they have fuzz and buzz as they're known to. This is the same species as pizza rat. All right, so you guys don't mess around. I'm gonna figure out, like, I'm gonna be like shading some of this too, so right now it's just gonna be kind of like sticking out. Try to get some like long hairs on there. Try to make them follow some of like the parts where it sticks out too, so it naturally like emphasizes it. And if you're thinking this will take a long time, you are right. You are correct. You are definitely correct. This will in fact take some time. Is there a faster way to do this? I don't really think so, to be honest. Because you might have to do like some material that would kind of mess it up and make it look like crap, so it's very deliberate. You could kind of do it in the sculpt, but then you're sculpting it, so you might as well just do it in your texture, if you so choose. I can modify them too, so like if some of them look bad or weird. Also, I'm going to be painting more stuff on this, so it's not, this is not like final yet. Part of it. Yeah, and then from far away you can see it's starting to like make them appear sharper. That's what we're going for. Primarily. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to tell like how the geometry goes, but kind of get a feel going. Oh, I just noticed. There's a little dot there. Getting very close to this rat, so it will not bite you. We'll do that in the game. It'll bite you in the game. I might be able to pop it out a little bit. Probably get away with 0.2. Where that discolors it too. This far away, you can't even really tell. I mean, you can kind of. Yeah, you can kind of tell. I can turn the music up. Some of the songs are louder than others. There we go. So the issue with making the height higher is the height will actually conceal the color, so having it like this is probably better. And what we'll do is we'll take a brush in Paint, I'll like demo it really quick. So we would take like another fill layer. We would use height. We would use -0.1 and make it like darker. And I literally just did this on some hair I detailed. Like or blue. Alright, Shadows 2, the sequel. The sequel to Shadows 1. Or we get rid of Felt, because it's showing that. Go to brushes. I want to say it's this brush. Sometimes this brush is weird, though. But I'm pretty sure this is the brush I used. You can do stuff like this. I'll have to make it... Oh, it is pretty dark. It's as dark as I can. Maybe that isn't the... Oh, let me open up Discord. I sent myself a brush that I was using. I just texted. I put in art. Artwork. Knife painting. Okay, that's what it is. Alright, knife. And that was water. Yeah, watercolor is weird. We want knife painting. Yeah, here we go. This is the brush. This is the good brush. This is what I was using on hair earlier. It gets you like a cool effect. Yeah. And then you can like paint, like emphasize and darken. So then I can like darken parts like this, like emphasize parts of the fur to make it appear more like fur-like. I can take like parts where it separates naturally, emphasize them. Get like micro details or whatever. Then when you zoom out, like blends in a better way. And then I can push in parts, so like here. That. Alternate those patches that stick up. Yeah. That's the type of fur I need to see. Like that nice fur detail. Alternate. Make like clumps, you know? Ears. Yeah, and you can make it more sinister looking and stuff. Okay, yeah, I like this one. But I'll start with like that other brush, that felt tip, to like define, emphasize, and then this can like accent it type thing. Like work with it. Break up some of like the solids that are just like flat in the same color. Like right here is a good place to like start getting this. Some of these remixes are funny. This rat is rad. Thank you, Shoot, for that. The rat approves. As you can imagine. Yeah, this is just a generic enemy too, so every enemy is going to have a similar appearance. In terms of, like, level of detail. Everything's going to be hand sculpted and painted. I'm not using any materials at all. Materials are like these things you can just drag and drop like a material onto a mesh, and then it just like kind of creates rules, the texture, but we ain't doing that. Mostly because it usually looks worse unless you really know what you're doing and your model set up for it, and even then it can end up looking generic if everything looks the same. Alright, so instead of knife, we want felt. Alright, so we're gonna go back. So this is like a rough example. I can push this further, but this is like how it's gonna look. The fur, at least. The eye, I still need to do a little bit to the eye. The snout or whatever and the nose need a lot of work still. But you can kind of see how the fur will look. And it'll be like that across its whole body. Like right now, this part just looks flat. We're going to emphasize it and stuff. Get them going. Got a long ways to go. Finish this. I'll do the other side of the face. Oh, this is a good remake. Let's get here. Here. Alright, then I can kind of emphasize this now that the details have been added. Let's maybe do. I don't want things to line up too much because then it'll look too like plain. Does that make sense? Like it should look kind of chaotic in a way. Alright, so I was thinking about what I want to do for the enemies that throw food, and I think those will be like weak utility enemies, that's all they do, is like deal extremely low damage with attacks, but mostly they throw food to accelerate the smaller rats in combat. But they'll be easy to kill. And there'll be a way to counter the food that they throw on you. But if it stays on you or near you, the smaller rats will advance towards that position for free without using their turn. And there will be similar mechanics for like dogs and hound masters and stuff like this, so it'll be like a thing that the game teaches you early on. About rats early on. Seems like a lot of the remixes remix this song. This was the part right here where there's actually an issue with the mesh, but it's so far back, like an actual gameplay, there's no way you'll see it. But I can change it so it looks like it's like a cut into the... Make it look intentional. Only you will... And me. Only we will... Oh, does anyone know when Trials of Mana is supposed to come out? Because, like, I think they've announced they're pretty good. I kind of want to get it, but it's not clear. Same thing with, like, Stalker, too. Sounds like so casual. Alright, the face is up. At least for getting these fur details. Like, you can see the difference even before I add the shadows and stuff. It really just accents it. Kind of, like, emphasizes it. It looks weird up close, but, like, you're really going to be viewing it from, like, here. Or further, like this. And then once we add the paint for the shadows too, it looks pretty... We have a little rat fur process. A process for rats, really. So we want to have gray line disappear. Even if it's like flat and there's clearly no like sculpted geometry that I can go off of, it's still good to have like... Alright. Oh, this is a good one, as far as I can tell. Corridors of Time. Oh yeah, this one's... It's basically the normal song with different instruments. Oh, now it's changing. Ooh, this one's great. Some of these remixes are really good, man. Alright, let's get this. Now just getting funny. Like a space song. Some of the instruments are good on this remix. For sure. Okay. That's a good amount of details for this part. Let's switch back to shadows. Want knife. Good brush. The knife. Use the knife. Knife the rat. Time to like get some shadows added on this side of the face. Alright, we're getting there. This is the... There's no way of getting around it. It's some detailing work, so... This is what it takes. Make a rat. The only way you can make a rat. No, there's other ways to do it. But this is a more, like, hand-painted way, so we're going that way. That is the route we're taking. The route to rat perfection. We can, like, touch up some of these. So, like, add, like, fur... a height map type thing. Create, like, yeah... height. So it looks like there's... If you look closely, the light interacts with it, because we're painting with a brush that's not perfect. So when it goes over the surface, it kind of creates this, like, implied fur type thing. Pretty cool. This is a good one, too. We have to hit up like this. Alright, this one's a good read. Some of these are really good with ambience, man. Crazy. Gotta hit around the edge. Be like darker. Oh yeah. Transitions between the shapes are very important. So you can see where what it's gonna look like versus what it looks like before I do all that. Pretty big difference. You can tell from far away too. It just looks like kind of fuzzy without these details. I can start to like get these borders looking good between these groups, like the nose and like the skin. Oh, let's hit this eye. The other eye, we darkened it a lot. Oh, part 2. I was like, is he still streaming? Yeah, I started a part 2, Orange. What kind of rat is this? Sewer rat, friendly rat, party rat? Can I pet the rat? I need to know. How's it going, Adam? How's it going, Orange? This is actually a jester rat as an enemy, and it will bite you if you try to pet it, because it is a nasty boy. It is a big, mean rat. But this is the jester variant. I'm still painting like the clothing and stuff. There'll be wild ones that will just attack you because they're just giant rats. They're the big rat that makes all the rules. But this rat, oh yeah, look at how cursed this looks. Look at this. It looks so terrifying when you just toggle the rat. But there will be normal ones and then tamed ones that are part of the antagonist faction. So we're just getting all the bells and whistles. No, I'm painting the base one. So we're going through the process of painting all of these like fur strands. The whole game is going to be hand painted. I'm huge on visual consistency. A rat without rat. Nightmare fuel, yeah. So like I want everything to be like a certain way in the game visually. So everything will have this kind of aesthetic. And it'll look closer to this in-game. Substance looks weird. It doesn't have like true lighting. It has like this like weird simulated lighting thing. It'll look closer to this. Oh, it's loading. It'll look closer to this in-game. The background's generic, so just ignore that. Let's rotate the light. You can see a little bit better. But it's going to be an Unreal Engine 5, which is a very pretty looking game engine. So like you can just have a basic lit scene in Unreal 5 and it'll look fantastic. But it'll look closer to this. So this is just a renderer. It's just a generic renderer. Well, it's iRay. We got the... Hey, we have a lot to do detailing-wise. I have to detail... You can kind of see like how I'm working my way down. I'll be hitting every bit of the fur. And there's 2 layers we're working right now. We're working the shadows. So look at the difference. Kind of see. So that this works with this. So this emphasizes form, like points of fur rather, or like clumps of fur, points of fur, and then we paint around it, kind of add more like height to it, so it looks like an actual fur in between like these highlights. So let's hit up this bad boy right here around the eye. And then I actually was able to add this like transition around like the mouth. If you look here, it just looks like flat colors meeting, but now it looks like it bleeds into the other parts of the rat and like fur is kind of overlapping it. So it's all just one solid mesh for the base body. Usually how people would do this is they would sculpt a body or model a body and then do like fur generation. I could do that, but then I would look like my game would look like all the 3D games, so I want it to look really unique. I didn't realize you're such an artist. Looks great. Oh, thanks, man. How giant is the rat? This is going to be like a mini boss rat that'll be a 2x1. So it'll take up 2 tiles long by 1 tile wide. And there will be smaller rats that will like swarm you. And there's also going to be like these utility units that throw food at you, that the smaller rats will swarm you. So that'll be like a mechanic. Like little enemies that are weak that you can kill in one hit that buff stronger enemies. But this thing will take like a few units to take down. You won't be able to one-round this, for example. This transition up here looking good. So anytime like fur, a huge chunk of fur like pushes into another chunk, you want to like make clumps. Can you ride the rat? I was debating on what, I think there's gonna be enemy rat knights and shit. I might make like a cuter rat that you can have like a unit that rides a rat. There's gonna be mounted units, but the way they're gonna work is you can only have so many of them because they're gonna be basically overpowered on purpose. But you only can have like 1 or 2 out at a time. And they're gonna be limited to like what tiles they can occupy. Rat riders need to be a thing. New class, rat rider. Well, there's gonna be other creatures too. So there's gonna be a lot of fun things in the game. But for now, I'm just focusing on getting the assets done for the demo. For the Kickstarter, I want to start in April. Like we'll say early, or like mid to late April is when the Kickstarter will start. So I just have to finish this enemy, a few more enemies. Good boy knight that I ride, that ride mouse knights. Add a dwarf character that rides a dire rat. Why? What's a dire? What's up with a dire rat? What is a dire rat, Orange? I must know, now that you've specifically pointed that out. I like doing stuff like this. The cool thing about this is it almost looks like I'm sculpting it, but this is all just the same model. It's all just height. So like height is just like how the light interacts with the surface. So it makes it look like things pop out and push in, but in reality the model is not changed at all. So you can really squeeze out a ton of extra detail by just like painting with height and color at the same time. Because now it looks like this is going in, but it's all an optical illusion, but light interacts with it as if it's like the mesh has changed. The dire sounds edgy, so it's cool. I mean, it does. Like dire thunder, is that why? I mean, Guild Wars had dire rats. You could have a pet, and it could be a dire pet, which means it has lower health but higher damage. We want to have parts go down and parts clump out, so all about the clumps of fur, really. And if anyone tells you any differently, they don't know about the rats. They don't know. I might have a rat king, I don't know. Because you're going to start off in the temple catacombs with like rats and stuff, so I feel like it would be interesting if all of the temple catacombs were overrun by like rats and rat kings and rat knights. And that's like the main faction you fight first. And then you'd eventually run into like the carnival people who are like the main antagonists. Get some Sweet ear transitions. Fur. Very important. Start working this down. Spoopy skeletons confirmed? Maybe. Was there any debate between 2D and 3D for your game? Yeah, I mean, kind of. 2D... I feel like 2D is kind of overdone unless you have like a really unique art style. And for 3D, I feel like most games don't look like this at all. And I think this is like very unique to how I make 3D art. So like for the identity of the project, I want it to be like something that doesn't just look like another semi-realistic fantasy game. Because that's kind of like the meta game for most artists. They'll just make almost realism their thing, which is fine, but when everyone does it, then like you have like a kind of stale, even if it's like rendered well and it's like anatomically correct and looks good and the armor looks good, the weapons look good, it starts to kind of look samey. So I want to have like a distinct 3D art style that doesn't like, you know, look like anyone else's shit, basically. Same thing for music. I don't want the music to be generic or the mechanics. Like everything has to have, you know, some element of uniqueness to it, or some new thing that's different, or some new spin on something. But that's what I'm going to be striving for. So like I'm going to have like deploy slots for roles, which will be different already. So I have like mounted, you can have like 1 or 2 mounted, like 5, like 3 to 5 generic like foot soldier units that can have different abilities and classes, and then like 2 utilities, which will be drastically different. You'll have ones that can like, I don't know that I want them to be healers, but you can have ones that can like collect items, or remove debuffs, or apply debuffs, or just like go grab an item from a chest while the rest of your team is fighting something and like pick locks of like bad combat or no combat. Like true utilities. Because I think like modern design, it's just like just put everything into one thing. Like, oh, this is a thief that kills people, he picks locks, he does everything. But it's like, what if he was just like a non-combat unit that needs like protected? Because like in some of the older Fire Emblems, they had like, the dancers were terrible at combat. Like if a dude attacked a dancer, it would just die immediately. But then the dancer was super powerful, right? So I kind of liked how, even though there's a huge risk of running a dancer, the reward is insane. But then, like, over time, they seemingly, like, started buffing Dancer. It's like Sidal can tank so well and engage, it's crazy. He can survive, like, 2 to 3 combats at base, like once you get him. And he, especially once he starts leveling up, he gets so much speed and defense. Kind of crazy. But the enemies will also have utilities. So there will be enemy utilities that you hate, that you want to get rid of immediately. So there'll be enemy utilities that do like huge debuffs, or, you know, do huge buffs on certain enemies, and you'll want to like rush them down immediately. So having characters that can like, you know, get in and out or hit from afar but deal lower damage otherwise could be useful, because then they can pick enemy utilities before they spiral the enemy team into like this, you know, crazy thing. So I want there to be a lot of like interesting mechanics like that. Set rolls. Yeah, so everyone will have a unique class. There's not going to be generics. And there's not going to be, like, reclassing either. You can switch loadouts and weapons and abilities and stuff like that, but the abilities are character dependent. Dude, this is like a funky remix, the hell? This is awesome. They always remix, like, the same popular songs. It says this is streamer friendly, but then YouTube said it's sharing the ad revenue, but I don't really run ads on my stream at all. So, I don't know what the hell that means. Should I just listen to SNES music at this point? I don't even know. I feel like I might as well. There's like some funky remixes that are kind of hilarious. Yeah, because remixes are supposedly fine, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna probably start doing a 5 to 8. Like, here's gonna be my stream schedule. 8 to 11 a.m. members only stream. 12 to 5 p.m. Eastern. Public stream, and then at a 5 to 8 p.m. Art stream. So this is going to be my stream schedule on weekdays. It's going to be 11 hours of streaming. The art stream I'll probably mostly be like just chilling out and listening to music. And if people pop in and talk, I'll talk to you. But the other streams obviously will be more involved with like commentary. Like it'll be like, you know, challenge runs and chat sabotages and things like that. And then the members only stream is usually pretty chill. But sometimes I record during it for like videos. I'm gonna try to just do that to like just do like one video member stream instead of like a few. So I can just like chill out with members. That's good. Here looking nice and just play Steamboat Willie on repeat. I could. Anyone can now. Technically, anyone can. We all are Disney now. Well, we're not Disney, but we're all Mickey Mouse enthusiasts. Oh! Oh! Nice. I'll start to block in some of the shadow in some of these areas, because that'll help inform where I should place these. Because these can help inform the shadow and vice versa, depending on how you do it. It's basically this. I made sure to sculpt a lot into the fur, so that when I do this process, I already have stuff to just like add this onto, so it's not as difficult. I don't have to like make it up as I go. I already did that in the sculpt. I'll do sculpting streams too. I have to make some characters, some enemies, and more playable characters eventually. Rat, Eunice. Well, hey man, if you if enough people want it, we'll make a playable rat night, so who knows. You know what I was thinking about doing that I think would be really interesting? Or at least I think so. I wanted to make it so that during during missions, at the end of the mission, you explore, but it like transitions immediately into it. So it's kind of like seamless. But during the explores, I wanted there to be hidden puzzles and hidden things to get like hidden units, like secret units and like secret fights and like secret bosses and all like secrets out the ass. Like I want so many. So like I feel like it'd be cool if there was like a secret rat knight unit you could get that would have like a unique appearance and like a unique rat. Now obviously I would have to like make a new rat, which this shit takes time, but but I could reuse this one and recolor it and give it like a unique character that rides it. I was thinking about having like some of the enemy, like the enemy is like the main enemy faction is like a twisted carnival. That's very theatrical, kind of like the Joker almost, but it's like in medieval fantasy, like gothic fantasy. Like, you know how like the Joker's like very like twisted and theatrical, kind of like that. And I was thinking about having some people who were part of that faction become like reformed and like realize that it was like a mistake to join. And I feel like it'd be interesting to have hidden characters that are part of that faction as playable. It's a tough choice between the small ninja / alpaca dragoneer / bow knight. I mean, Wing of Shu, your character, you can still decide what you want your character to be. So you can let me know in like DMs or whatever, or just post it on the Discord. Because I still like there's still like you, Leo Eris, and Priestess all have a character. So we're gonna be popping off with these characters. I want to have a bunch of interesting characters though. So as long as it fits like the mood of the game, and I can like suggest like tweaks to it if it's like too far-fetched, but even like an alpaca rider is something I could do. I would make it look like a badass alpaca. Like there's no alpaca to engage, I'll make one in my game. Alright, let's get this ear. Let's get these ears. Like, let's get like the bottom of the mouth here. Yeah, I wanted to do free updates too to the game after it ships, with like new like secret content, new difficulty, balance changes, So like if people find broken builds, that shit's getting nerfed. I'm gonna tell you straight up, if you find ways to break the game, expect like a patch in a week. I'm not gonna allow you to break my game. You're gonna have to be good if you want to beat at the hardest setting. Like you'll be rewarded for playing the game well, for sure. But I don't want there to be like stupid things where you just do one thing every time and it always works, because I'm not cool with that. I think part of the fun of like Engage is evaluating positions with units and figuring out what works. So that's like the thing I enjoy about it. But of course there'll be different difficulties, so if you just want to beat the game, there'll be like a normal and easy and stuff like that. So if you want to goof off more. That's real tempting offer. You can see the rat. Your transition. Yeah, usually these textures take me like, minimum of 10 hours, I want to say, to do. Because I hand paint everything. This is definitely a more high effort way of texturing, I would say. Any details on map sizes? Map sizes, they're not going to be massive, but I want it to vary. I don't want it to all be large maps or small maps or whatever. I would say most maps are going to be smaller. I would say we'll probably do a breakdown like this, like roughly. And it might change, so like 50, 25, 25, small, med, large. Or maybe even, let's say, 30, 20. That's like the rough breakdown. So most of them will be small, 30% will be medium, 20% will be large. Is 6-tile move going to be most of the map? No, they're not going to be that small. No, they're going to be similar to like Engage early game maps for the small ones. They're still going to be big enough where you can move around, reposition, grab high ground, flank. There's going to be space to move around. It's not going to be like Banner Saga, where it's just like tiny maps and you're just like fighting on like a small board. There's also going to be height too. So I would say at least like 60 by 60 tiles and larger for most maps. And the orientation of the tiles will be different. There might be longer maps, wider maps, maps with like a varied kind of like platformy structure. So it kind of keeps you thinking about things positionally and changing your tactics up per map. And I want to like teach the player things through gameplay too. I don't want the tutorials to be like, here's how you do this. I want it to be like natural, so I'm gonna try to get the tutorial nice and organic. And same thing with gameplay. So I'm gonna like introduce a concept early on and then like play with it in future areas. Here, let's get the transition. All these are all asymmetrical, so I can't mirror this. I could, but it would just not do what you want it to. Will the rat's equipment have cloth physics? Yes. So, yeah, so the rat's bells in the hat will have jiggle bones for secondary motion. Same is true for characters with hair, characters with cloth. They will have physics on those things when they move around, especially like when they climb, when they get hit, if they get moved. It'll be simulated physics. And the guy that I work with that's an animator, we've already set up things like this in Unreal. So like we already have things like that able to, like we can already get things like that working. You basically make like physics objects and then create like rules for the thing, what it can collide with. Yeah, because one thing I really like is like the physics on like cloth. That's why I gave him the dangling bells and the cloth thing, so it can kind of like move around. This remix is crazy, dude. What the hell? It's alright, but it's just kinda... Yeah, the nice thing about this brush, like, look what it did there. Like, can I redo? How do I redo in this? Can you not redo? Oh, there we go, control. Oh, it's just control Y in here. But it, like, makes it look like it's, physically being sculpted, but it's not. I'll stick with a ninja. In torturalize. Can be surprisingly tough to balance. What is torturalize? Other games don't tell me anything. Think Dark Souls. Oh, tutorials. Oh, I thought you were like saying like a weapon type. I was, for some reason, I was like, oh, it must be like a ninja weapon. I don't know about just saying tutorials. Yeah, some tutorials can be. I don't want it to like stop gameplay. I want it to just like kind of tell you as you're going, like, here's what's going on. At the worst, because like even like Half-Life, which is known to have minimal tutorials, it's like hold WSAD move as soon as the game starts, and like things just like pop up, and you're just like, oh, okay, got it. Yeah, and Dark Souls is known for like no tutorials, right? Or like minimal. It'll just be a message on the ground that says, jump down, it's safe, and then you die. Jump down. Look, watch out, and there's enemy around the corner, stuff like that. That's Dark Souls. Yeah, this game kind of will be like a, in a way, almost like an SRPG Dark Souls. I guess that's a way to describe it. Because it'll be, like, the higher difficulties are going to be brutal by design. But if you're good at the game, you'll be able to beat them. But it'll still be a challenge. Like, that's the goal. For, like, the game design. Make it difficult, but fair. Quite minimal, but I actually like it. Like, also just recognize it's just. No, I think a lot of people like that because I one thing that can be annoying about some JRPGs is when they just like they take away control of the game and they just like spoon feed you information, and that's been a common complaint I've heard of, at least for some JRPGs. Now, to be fair, some of these JRPGs have very complicated mechanics, so like if they didn't do that, you would probably have no idea how to do half the stuff in the game. So it's kind of like, if you want to introduce complexity, you have to do that, but I think like some of the most high-skill games tend to also be simple, like chess, CSGO, TF2. These are all high-skill games that even in chess, like chess has a intellectual or even just game knowledge high skill ceiling, even though the moves are simple. So that's really what you want, like simple moves but complicated tactics. That way it's easy to understand, and then you can see brilliance in execution. That's like the goal, really, is to hit that ease of use, but then have the option to become like really good at like mechanically, or well, really like tactically, I would say. I dislike many FE's early chapters being counted as just glorified tutorials. Yeah, they usually are, to be honest. Engage really doesn't do that, though. It kind of does a little bit of tutorial, and then it's just like, all right, you're good. Here's an armor, here's a flyer, go figure it out, idiot. That's what the game is like. It's like, all right, here's Chloe and Louis, go figure it out. And then the chapter after that's actually pretty difficult for beginners, I would say. I had like a dumb tactic where I got all the enemies stuck in like a choke, but I feel like a lot of people have like struggle. I think it's with chapter 5, the one where you're fighting that axe boss in the building or whatever, like in the Firenze castle and shit. So really Engage is not 26, I think, would subtract 2. Yeah, the first 2 are definitely tutorial chapters, for sure. So it's really like 24 chapters in all the paralogs. Chapter 1 is Perma Revive. Does it? I didn't even know that. Perma Revive. This just sounds like a random, like, country song. Or not country. I don't know. The, like, song you'd hear at, like, a restaurant or something on vacation. But it is technically a remix of a Chrono Trigger song. So this dude's channel has OG... Hold on, what other kind of albums do you got, my boy? My boy. Let's go to playlist. What else does he have? He has Fire Emblem remixes, but except there's just one. Oh wait, hold on, one video? Just the one? Just the one remix? What else is there? There's a lot of just remixes with like one thing. There's Mario remixes. Let's do Mario remixes. I could go for some Mario remixes. A good one. Good mark. Them paralogs, though, arguably best content in the game. The paralogs have some interesting scenarios. Corrin's paralog is interesting. I feel like it's one of the harder ones because there's like Corrin herself is quite tanky, and you don't have warp skip when if you do it early, and even if you pull her early, it's like weird. Like there's like enemies around her. It's like tricky. It's like hard to physically get to her with damage. You have to like kill things that have, you know, high stats. Like early on, I think Corrin's is one of the hardest actually. Ike's can be tricky if you don't have magic on your team. That can be a pain. Dealing with all those frickin' armors. Lynn's, I feel like is really not that bad anymore. Lucina's, you just have to know the setup and it's not bad. Alright, we're getting the nice transition between the skin and the fur. That's what I'm focusing on right now. Then I'm going to go through and add strands. The idea of Lynn Paralog is just early, so early raw defense. Yeah, defense monsters can completely trivialize the map for sure. And it definitely is the hardest map for a flyer-only team if you're not using Bonded Shield. But there is, of course, ways to get around it. Ike wrecked me the first time. I thought I was all cool with my Louis General, and then he one-shot him. Yeah, he'll double a General. He's no joke. He's like 20-something speed. He has 1 to 2 range with huge might and like 40 defense. I feel like you want debuff for Ike unless you have a ton of magical damage and a reliable bonded setup. Now there's other ways to handle it too, like the early pull. I was able to kill him with an early pull without bonded on the thief only run, I think. But that was after I was in like chapter 17. So it's not really that much of a flex, if one at all. Yeah, we'll get this tail looking good. Almost sounds like Jazz Mario randomly. What else they got? Underground City by Underground BGM. Okay, this could be cool. There's our rat tick. Alright, so now we have a better transition between these things, especially from far away. And we just have to go through and add all this stuff now. If next FE has a normal Jagan, I'm all for a Mage Knight or Nomad Trooper instead of a Pally. Yeah, I feel like the Paladin is kind of overdone at this point. They could give you something that's different. Why not make it a utility? Like a Sage that can one round for like 3 or 4 chapters, and then it loses its like effectiveness, but then can just be a staff bot or something, so it's still like usable. I'm not sure the game needs Jagans though. Like I don't see the point of them. I think it's never needed them, because if the game hands you good units to resolve positions, you shouldn't need a super unit ever. I think it's just like a thing that's part of its history, so they feel like they need to include it now. What is it, ink? Or not ink, what is it? It's Felt's pen. Yeah, the nice thing about the felt, here, let me show you. It has a little bit of a fade there, it's decent. What's this one? Alright, this one's interesting, but it's kind of hard to use. Because it's one of those, like you see how it's like long? If I go this way, it's like flat. Those ones are tricky to use. So I just don't bother with those. They're way too weird. You can change the rotation and stuff, but it's kind of a pain to deal with, so I don't bother. Let's get the tufts of fur. Dragons on paper are there to avoid soft locking, but as you said, just make a solid base lord. No, we can't have useful lords. They experimented with Dimitri, Edelgard, and Claude, and they realized it was too powerful, and they had to remove them all. Or make them, like, secondary lords. We can't have the main character of a game be good, because it's a force deploy. It's a force deploys can never be good. I don't know why they wouldn't make the main lord be good, because they tend to make them weak. And like have bad growths or bad bases and bad growths, or be kind of just like pure liabilities that if they get hit, they die and then you lose. And then they don't really pop off in a lot of cases. Some do, obviously, like Byleth can be quite good. Lear can be decent if fed. So, like in the recent games, you know, we've had decent lords. Alright, is it? Oh, I just played our underground. Let's try this. Alright, there. Heck, for all the jokes Ellie would can actually be okay from the start, and Hector at least has defense. Yeah, and I had a decent Lyn too. Like, some of them can be decent, but I think with the random growths factored in, you can't always get screwed and get, like, noodle lords that are just masters of pasta that deal no damage and cry whenever an enemy shows up and need Seth to rescue them. Seth, rescue me! Dude, why is Seth so good? I don't understand. Like, doesn't he, like, solo the game without you doing anything? He's probably, like, one of the worst examples of, like, a Jagan. He's just way too good all the time. And it's so unearned, too. Like, you don't even have to do anything for him to be good. He's just like, I'm amazing. Mario, the Spaghetti Lord. It's a me, Pasta Man. A pasta boy, if you. Rat Knight. The cool thing about this rat thing, though, is that I could just do armor, too. So, like, the clothing, I'm gonna make it so it's, like, a solid model with, like, paints and everything. So, like, if you take everything off, it looks like an enemy. And if you add more stuff to it or change the texture, you could have, like, different variants, different colored rats, or different, like, use cases of the same base model. I could, like, change, like, all the colors because of the way I'm painting this. Because this is all just, like, editable layers. I can make this whatever color I want. Kind of neat. Seth has solid growths and good bases in a game where fighters and soldiers basically have zero speed is the problem. Yeah. Yeah, because, like, Vander eventually falls off just because of stats. So, like, as long as the thing falls off, like, it can be good up front. But it's such a weird balancing act that doesn't need to happen. Because, like, it's almost like they're creating the problem of a lord being trash, and then creating a solution of a power unit that can set up kills for that lord, but then the power unit in of itself is a problem, when instead they could just make the lord unit good enough to function, and not need help. It doesn't have to be overpowered, but it could just be, like, good enough, and test it. Marcus falls off too. Are you making game? I am. This is artwork for the game. This is one of the enemies. It might look like a normal rat, but it is really a jester rat. It can be a normal rat. There's normal versions, there's jester variants. The jester variants are stronger and have other allies with them. But yeah, we're texturing this rat right now. He's a good boy. Alright, check it out. I can make him dance too. Can move him around. I sculpted this in ZBrush though, if you're wondering where this model came from. And I modeled like parts of it. Like this is modeled, and then this is sculpted. Oh yeah, and the bells are modeled too. You have to be able to do both. If you can only do one, it's painful. Modeling, if you sculpt, being able to model is so useful because it's like, oh, I need to model a bell, and it's precisely like this, right? Like, hold on, let me show you the geometry on this thing. Like, look at like this bell. It's like very simple and exact, and it didn't take long to model. So being able to do both is huge. And you will have sleepless nights and nightmares if you're a sculptor only guy, which I was for a while until I was like, all right, I'm gonna learn how to sculpt. I'm gonna learn how to model. Will iced coffee be an in-game item or consumable? If it is, it'll be like an Easter egg because the game setting is like a dark gothic fantasy with like stylized artwork and characters. I love his eyes. I've had such a hard time with eyes before, but I feel like these eyes have like personality. So I'm pretty happy with that. But I finally figured out an eye process for this art style, so that's why I'm a little bit excited about it. But whatever. Life, man. That's life, man. Gotta like the eyes. Let's do like some. Does it cost magic or make a fart joke like jesters in the 1500s did? Or does it cast magic? Iced coffee can still be a drink. It could be, but it would be like an Easter egg or something, because that's like too... Anything that's like overly silly will be an Easter egg. So I'm fine with there being overly silly things, but as long as it's like hidden in a secret area and like a fun thing. I might even do like an iced coffee temple or something, but it'll be called something different, and they'll have like a bunch of things that look like coffee. Or there could be a coffee temple. Coffee was a resource in like the Middle Ages, you know. Could have that. Oh, why does the music keep stopping? Is it not on autoplay? Does this not autoplay? Loop playlist. Loop playlist. Play the next thing. Try this. What is this? What is this, dude? What the hell is that? Alright, let's that's cursed as hell. Alright, let's do Zelda remix playlist. Let's do that. Let's see if we can find something good. I don't care what it is. It can be trap, I don't care. Play that shit. Hell yeah, dude. Video game remixes. The goom stuff. Listen. Yeah, they have the sound effects. That's so great, dude. This is even funny too. Listen. Hey. This is just funny. Alright, this one's too much of a meme. Somehow this is more of a meme than the other one. This is somehow more cursed. Why is it all trap remixes? Trap remix. Hey, listen. Oh, you know what I can play? I can play Pogo's shit. Pogo has some good shit. Or at least I think I can play it. I don't know. Technically, he made his songs with Disney music, or Disney sound bites, which is a remix, but I don't know if he like owns copyright or would be like enforce it, or I don't know what he's like with that. Seems like a cool guy. Alright, it's a little quiet. I can actually barely hear it. Oh, there it goes. Okay, it just got quiet. It amuses me when music is funky. Music's coming in. Did you know Hyrule Castle has rats in the basement? I did know that. And you have to listen. Hey. Oh, this is an OG song. This is Og Zelda. Oh, I connected it perfectly, then I shot through it. This one's actually pretty cool. This sounds like Goom Step. Goom Step. Sculpting streams can be fun too, I think. The castle is thunder. Let's get this filled out, and then we'll start hitting with the shadows. We'll take it to the shadow realm. We shall duel in the shadow realm. Kind of miss old school RuneScape sometimes. Such a dumb, fun game. PKing is just hilarious. It's pure mayhem. People get mad when they die because they lose their stuff, and it's just fun. It's just funny. Like, there's no getting around it. Just a funny thing. It's so triumphant now. Right. Or is it ominous? I don't know. You decide. This FE10 run is looking kind of suspect, I'm not gonna lie. I think I have to hold that forward position. If anyone hasn't been watching that, I'm doing an FE10 run. It's the hard mode blind, but chat was able to super chat and vote on units to kill, units to force that I have to run and protect. And it's pretty cursed. I think I'm on like 313 or whatever with the Dawn Brigade. And we have like no good units aside from like the general that they give you for free. Like that's the unit. I have good unit. He's the only unit who can like survive combat really, and then everyone else dies in like 2 combats minimum. Barely survives 1. Like if they get hit twice, they die. So it's kind of suspect, honestly. We'll see how it goes, but I'm skeptical. I don't think it's a soft lock. I think I'll just have to do really stupid, weird tactics, like unequipping weapons to Just like tank the map out and then hope for the best. You know, high IQ tactics. We will fight them with pacifism, and then we can't counterattack and kill them, and therefore we won't die. The best strategy. We're getting some. Gotta wrap these bad fur strands around. That was a good song, I think. It almost kind of sounded like a Smash Bros. Variant of like an existing song where they added like orchestral stuff and made it hype. But it was not that. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. That actually changes. Oh, hi, Mark. This is the Windmill Remix 2005. 14 years ago. Oh, dang, someone made this playlist of all these random Zelda songs. It's like dumb. Making the rat dance. Very important to do that. This is called creating artwork. What you do. You do not make the rat dance at least once. Can you really say you're texturing it? I don't think so. That is part of the process. The best artists dance their rats. I'll say that. The master artist. The master. They definitely know that. ...2005 remix of Zelda. Zelda? Evil Forces of Light. The evil That's from my YouTube poop. Classic content. You definitely should consume. YTP. Must have the front done. But you can see what it does. Like compare like this section to like this section. It makes it look like it's like popping out and it's like sharp. It's like helping define it even at like this distance. And then with that extra bit, it makes it look even sharper. Alright, so, sorry, that amuses me. Just like dancing the rat. I keep dancing the one knife. It's important to dance your rat. I'm seeing the stream preview a few seconds ago of me dancing the rat now. Standard stuff, alright? This is game development we're talking about here. Standard stuff. Oh, is this the right one? Oh yeah, it is. make it. There we go. Some of these are crazy. I keep saying that too. Some of these are crazy though. This one is definitely one. This just sounds like a funny country song now, to me. Great Fairies Fountain, possibly the best remix. Alright, right on. Well, if it says it's one of the best, we gotta listen to it. Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, hell yeah, dude. They got the other bells coming in. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need in life. Yeah, this is a pretty great remix. I'll give them that. It says it in the title, so... Like, it literally says in the title it's a great remix. Alright, Ratatouille. Rattata. This is Rattata. From Pokemons. Pokemons. Gotta capture them with the Pikachu. Got him right in the Rattata. You can use Chomp. What is it? Chomp? Rattata uses Chomp or something? Massive Chomp. Overbite? I think that's what it is. Overbite? Rattata attack. Quick attack. That's one of the ones. Okay, we got quick attack. We got Rattata Chomp. Eradicate. Eradicate. That actually is what it's called too. Yeah, I know some stuff about Pokemon. Not completely in the dark. Crunch. Yeah, it's called Crunch. Hyper Fang. Oh yeah, Hyper Fang is an actual move, yeah. Hyper Fang. Yeah, that's like an actual legit attack. I don't know about Crunch. That sounds like something a captain might be interested in. Personally, I don't see the value. Do with this fur detailing. Now, can I get away with playing the Canon's Golden remix? Is that technically copywritten by something? Because that's a remix. You know what? Let's just try it. I'm gonna make you guys listen to Canon Golden. This is a Harry Styles song, but they did. Oh, it's a cover. First, let me Google if I can play a cover on stream. Can I play a cover on stream? If you do perform a cover song, no, can I stream a cover song? Can you stream a cover song? Performing is different. Can you? No, not singing. On Twitch, am I allowed to do no, that's not what I'm asking. I'm not a musician. I said, can I play? See, I don't know if I can play this. I don't know if YouTube will get mad at me. Crunch is like bite, but strong. It's such a good song. But then I might start playing other Canon's music, and yeah, let's not go down that rabbit hole. It is really good, but what is it? Let's try Secret of Mana OST remix. We can get from that. Now orchestras, I think I'm good on too. Let's try orchestras. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Alright. The Pure Land song. Or the Upper Land, sorry. Pure Land is different. It sounds just like it, but different instrument. It's the streaming music thing is tricky. Because you shouldn't just straight up stream copywritten music. That's like a bad idea. It's like a big no-no for the most part. Like you can see if you can get away with it, but you might not. This is an orchestra. It's technically a remix. Technically speaking, not the original version. Very whimsical, though. Get this whole area. Oh, they have some good songs in here too coming up. They got Fear of Heavens, Dark Star, Prophecy, Monarch on the Shore, Bell is Tolling is great, Eternal Occurrence is great. Spirit of the Night is like my favorite song from that game, so let's hear what her remix. Like, Secret of Mana has some good ass songs. Good OST. Oh, hell yeah, dude. It's a good song, too. I think it's starting off chill, though. I'm wondering if they're gonna pick up with different songs as it goes. Secret of Mana, Donkey Kong Country, Castlevania 4, best SNES OSTs, probably. Yeah, those are really solid ones, for sure. Donkey Kong Country, yeah, I haven't played Castlevania 4, so I don't really know about its soundtrack. But those other ones I can definitely agree, those are really good. Golden Sun has really good music too. The Lost Ages has like some of my favorite songs ever. Like Aqua Rock, that's such a good song. MFs be like, no, Dragons and FB are too powerful and they steal EXP. Have you used Ogear and FE6? I have not. No, they're too powerful. Fate and Kaitos is his best work, you think? I really like the Berserk soundtrack, too. Like, obviously Guts theme is really good. Forces is really good. Bailet is really good. And what's the other one? It's like a positive song. Whoops, good. What's the other song? Earth. Earth is a really good song. Fear is pretty cool too, and Murder is pretty cool. And Ghost is pretty interesting. I also like Big O soundtrack. I feel like that's really solid. Big O soundtrack, for what the show is about, is like needlessly amazing. It has like such a cool soundtrack for no reason, with like tons of really good songs. This is like the forest, the haunted forest theme, I think. Alright, I can. This is pretty good. What is this? A ghost and a whisper, I think? Or no. A phantom and a rose. Yeah, phantom and a rose. Spirit of Night is coming up, which is really good. It only has 200k views. I feel like it deserves more. $200k and you have like 9? Like 9 concurrent, you mean? I mean, I'm just doing a random unannounced art stream, so... No, 200k views, on a video that's been on there since 2018. With like a bunch of different composers and a really good... Like, I feel like the quality of this is way higher than the amount of views it has. Could just be that no one knows about it. What is this? Spirit of the Night? Oh, here we go. Oh, am I thinking of a different song? What the hell is the Pure Land song? I always have to like look stuff up like this. Still of the Night. Still of the Night, not Spirit of the Night. Oh, they don't have Still the Night. That's the best song. Come on, how are you not gonna do Still the Night? That's the best song. Or God's Fear to Tread. Ooh, here we go, Ceremony. This almost sounds like from like Harry Potter. Like a Harry Potter, like John Williams type thing. This is a pretty good, this sounds better than the original, honestly. The Ceremony is a kind of cool song, but... yeah, they did a great job on this, the orchestra. Oh, that transition, though. That's pretty good. This is one of the better songs in the game, I would say. Such a good song. Alright, let's check out our rat. You can kind of see, yeah, look at how intense the front looks. It almost looks like it's in perspective. Or not in perspective, like depth of field, but in focus. But that's just like the detailing. Even from far away. Yeah, look at how like sharp it is. Even at like, it's easier to see on this side. But like even from far away, like you can really see the difference these two layers make. But the whole thing is gonna be like this super dramatic, like stylized painted fur that should look pretty good when it's done. And then we're also gonna hit up like this stuff. Because we're just finishing up the fur if I get these layers done. Then we still have like the nails are completely unpainted. Then the rest of the outfit. But I'm feeling happy with this result. We got the asymmetry in the face, it's all messed up looking. Like he has a good character. Like I feel like he feels like a character even though he's a generic. Like he's like a bad antagonist rat in like a rat story or something. I don't know. That's the kind of vibe he's giving me. Maybe he's giving you a different vibe. Maybe he's giving you a nose vibe. Like keep zooming in. Keep zooming in until it's insane. What song is this? Oh, it just did. Oh, Bella's tolling? I don't know how to feel about that one. It's okay. A Bell is Tolling is such like a good song. That's just like so simple. Some of these are good though. Alright. Get with the detailing. We have a whole... Oh, I can hit this up here. Now Flightless Dragon, I think, is this one. This one's good. I like to alternate between the two just so it's not as competitive. Is this the desert song? What the hell? Oh no. No. Leave time for love, the Mana Fortress. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it's definitely. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's like the main thing of the song. I'm like kind of turning into like a music review artist. I'm like reviewing this remix. Like, yeah, this part's good. This part is kind of missing the themes of the song. Me, also a musician. No, I'm not a musician. I am also a musician. A musician sculpting rat. Man. That was a good transition into Monarch on the Shore. Yeah, I know what these songs are supposed to sound like. I don't know if everyone here has played Secret of Mana. So, like, I can appreciate the transition and the composition. I know what it's supposed to sound like. Rat 2, the rattening. The majestic rat. Rat, rat on the shore. Rat on the shore. Now this is when the king in the game like visits you after you beat like the Empire. Not fully, just like in a battle. He's like, "Oh, good work there. You defeated the Empire temporarily. Good job." Oh yeah, what is this? Prophecy? Yeah. This is the song that it plays when you're about to take on the final boss in the Mana Fortress. It's pretty fucking sick, actually. It's a pretty sick ass song. Yeah, they use the flight music to convey different parts of the game. Like when you first get the dragon, it just plays like happy, cheerful music. And then after the Dark Star rises or whatever, before it becomes the Mana Fortress, it plays like super serious music. Then it goes into Prophecy at the end. So there's like 3 stages of flying music. It's pretty cool. And like, while it's playing this, there's like lightning bolts and the Mana Fortress flies to different parts of the world. So it's just like pure mayhem. It's actually kind of sick. Let's get like the back of here. We're kind of working our way back slowly to give him some sick ass details in his little baby face. His baby face. He gets some cool details to show off all his rat friends. And they're like, "Dang, dude, I wish we were this detailed." He's like, "I know. Will be when you're older." You will be. I'll detail. Okay. Detail all these bad boys. Brag to his friend. Look at all these details. Look at all these hand-painted little lines on. Look at all these little lines. Like, wow, that's a lot of lines. Yeah, this is the Dark Star. This is the second flight. This is after the fortress rises or whatever. In the ground, you have to like do this huge-ass dungeon crawl. It's pretty sick. Dude, that Secret of Mana hard mode mod is so... It's actually really hard. It's almost like you can't even over-level or min-max very well. You have to have, like, near-perfect execution on some of these things. Pretty good ROM hack. I've been enjoying. There we go. Rat. Ratatouille, ratatata, ratatouille. Ratatouille, hey, ratatouille. Where's the gabagoo? Hey, Tone, where's the friggin' gabagoo? I had to rewatch The Sopranos, it's so sick. Oh, that was a bad execution. Oh. Oh, the final boss. Ooh, this part sounds good. Come on, commit to it. There we go. Commit to the best part of the song. I'm about to be sculpting like mad cathedral and temple and cave assets soon. I'm gonna try to make sure they all kind of look in this style. Well, they will. Otherwise, they're getting deleted or changed. Oh, this wind never ceases. Starting off really slow. Usually it's much faster. I probably shouldn't know most of the names of all the Secret of Mana songs, but I do. It's very useless information. Yeah, Wind Never Ceases. Usually it's a much faster song. So it's interesting they took it this way. The rat explosion. Oops. Get a clean line. Oh, if you're wondering like what I'm using to draw, it's a Wacom Cintiq 24-inch Pro. I've had it for like a few. Look at him, he's getting so detailed. He's very hopeful, listening to this hopeful music. Little baby is getting detailed. Little baby. Little baby, it's gonna murder you in the game. It's gonna be one of the most annoying enemies. Little baby. Little baby's getting his details. Little rat baby. Just a little baby. Bite you. A little baby that'll bite you. Nothing bad about that. This is Fear of Heaven. It's alright. Here, let's play a different one. Fear of Heaven. Find a good one. I don't want to find the original because that's not ideal. Because it's not gonna let me do it really. Fear of Heaven's remake. Oh wait, the remake is the same. Oh. But the remake will be copyrighted, so I can't play that either. It's such a funny thing, just like finding things I can play on stream. Can we eat them? Can you eat the rat? I don't think I was gonna have eating as a mechanic. Advantage of it, the advantage really. Let's save it really. I need to find. I'm constantly looking for music that I can get away with playing, that I'm allowed to play. Yeah, I don't know like what I'm. These remixes are okay. It's so. Donkey Kong. Alright, back to Donkey Kong remixes. Actually, no, that orchestra was deep. Let's check out that girl's channel. She has some good shit. Rebecca E.T. E-Trip. Alright, what kind of has? Let's see your playlist. What kind of playlist? Ooh, she's got Golden Sun? Alright, what do you got? Oh, just these songs. Let's see. These still might be good. Can't even hear it. Oh, this is a good song. This sounds great, actually. Damn. Oh, she has a water remix of all these good water songs. Alright, right on. This actually sounds just like the song, too. Oh, I like this song, too. That's a good song. Alright, let's just go with the water remix. Ooh, this sounds great. Here, let me turn this up so you can hear it better. That's the Donkey Kong song. Ooh, the piano there. Alright, turn it down a little bit. That's a great like orchestral cover of this song. We need a new Donkey Kong game, man. Oh, what am I doing? We want knife. There we go, that's the brush we want for this. Why is that so sharp? It's like the wrong knife. Or the wrong knife. It is a knife. Palette knife brush. The wrong brush. The brush we want. Blending in these details and stuff. Alright, that was a pretty good version. They're usually singing in this? Pretty cool. Not bad. Some good rat music, if I do say so myself. Some good rat sculpting. It's still, I'm not sculpting. I'm painting. I don't know why I keep saying sculpt. Just to clarify, if there's any fact checkers, technically I'm rat painting. We will do a rat sculpting stream for the smaller rats pretty soon. Watch out for that. Before it jumps out a scary area. Take this boy into the render. I like to check it every now and then. Alright. That stuff's not painted yet. Yeah, I like how the fur looks sharper now. That's like the goal of this process. Make the fur look sharp. I'm like cutting into that line there. I have no idea what the song is. Oh, Holy Water Temple. Oh, that's cool. Oh, there's a Chrono Cross song coming up. A bunch of random orchestral remixes of songs, basically, so should be good. I haven't seen like what's on this playlist yet, but it's technically streamer friendly-ish. More so than just straight up playing the song. Will be our solution for this. Alright. The top's starting to look bad. Starting to lose like that like flatness. Yeah, let's get like the painted down. Create some depth. See it coming together. I could put... I like how like holy this music sounds, but it's just sculpting a rat. Or, I keep saying sculpting, it's painting a rat. It does it does not fit what I'm doing at all, but it sounds great, so we're gonna... Alright, I can start adding some shadow. That helps to like define it as you go. I can add more of the detail line. I would say we're getting close to like half. Well, I have like up to here. Well, this is like finished. This, but then like this part is like halfway. This is untouched. We got some time. trying to like work my way back. Kind of like do the sides as I go, and then I'll do underneath. Underneath it won't have to be as detailed, but probably with shadows. Just oh, what is this? Frosty Forest Re I think it's the one we just listed there. That's alright. Alright, go back to felt. Alright, I need to start avoiding these like straights here. Kind of like working different angles. Like break it up because it's looking too like perfect. Even if I like break up the original form, I'm fine with that. Yeah, in a few minutes. Alright, let's get a few more of these in, because I gotta go to bed for tomorrow's streams and stuff. Just break this up. That way I can kind of figure out what I'm doing tomorrow. I should be able to get the fur done tomorrow, I want to. Because most of the... I mean, there's still a lot of fur work to do, but most of the important stuff is done, like the front and the face and the head. So really all we have left to do, the body. We'll just get a few of these added, and then... trying to outline like where I sculpted in the normal map. Kind of like helped myself out by doing that. Helped. I knew it was gonna be detailing. Oh, I just barely messed up. More lines placed like in this back part. Started. We'll go upside down. We'll go full on inverted rat. Okay, I think that's it. Alright, we got a pretty good start for detailing. There's still a lot of strands to be added on the underbelly and the back side, like the back, near the tail, like under here, like around the legs, and even on the front legs here, like in the front insides, like all this stuff. Because this thing's gonna be getting moved around with attacks. It's gonna be doing like tail whips, flips, and stuff. So we need him to be detailed 360 degrees. That's it for this stream. Thank you for checking this out, everyone. If you enjoyed this, feel free to subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. See you in tomorrow's. Peace.